I've been an AMEC member because of friends, basically family, collaboration, teamwork, networking, learning, sharing, opportunity, both business, personal and professional, an opportunity to develop, to grow, to learn, to meet great people and to have fantastic events like this one tonight. My first AMEC moment really was my first non-AMEC moment. You have to imagine the scene. It was 27 years ago, I think now. I had joined with the founder of the business I used to work with, a gentleman called Mark Westerby, who is an ex-chair himself of AMEC. And Mark had said to me, there's this new trade association that's just starting up in London, and I really think that Metrica should be a member of it. And I said to Mark, why would we do that? Why on earth would we join a trade association and tell our competitors what we're doing? You know, I was an ambitious and competitive business development manager, and I didn't want to help my competitors to have any ideas or be any better at what they were doing than what we felt was the cutting edge work that we were doing. And Mark said to me, this association will bring the industry together. It will lead on best practice in education, and a rising tide will lift all ships. And it's in all of our interests that the industry is developed and improves and understands how to do meaningful measurement. And we became members of AMEC. And all these years later, I'm always proud to say, Mark, you were right, I was wrong. And joining AMEC, of course, was one of the best things that we did. The measurement tool that I don't think we could live without. I mean, to be honest, I'd have to say a few of them. I think the first is the Barcelona principles. I think they probably remain the best known. But the issue with the Barcelona principles has always been, how do we implement this? And that's what all the various different frameworks have been about. So originally the valid metrics and the social media measurement, and now of course the integrated evaluation framework. And that is the thing that I think means the most to AMEC and to me, having led that group that developed it. I know it's in use at literally thousands of organisations around the world, and it has really changed the industry and the way the industry perceives what meaningful measurement looks like and how to, frankly, earn a seat at the table and prove its value rather than just counting counts and amounts and those vanity metrics that are so easy to do. So I think the integrated evaluation framework is the tool that AMEC really stands apart on. So when I look back on my time with AMEC, the areas where I'm most proud are the resources and the education initiatives that I've helped to develop, and importantly, that with AMEC's support, we've continued to make these freely available to the global comms and PR industry, translating them into multiple languages so that every comms professional around the world can look to see what does best practice look like, answer those challenges of how do I measure comms in today's environment. This is an industry that has come of age. It's an industry that's growing. It's an industry of huge dynamism. Developments happening at a rapid pace with technology, with artificial intelligence, but also with the power of the human mind, with the need to have critical thinking and add value through context and relevance as well that only humans can do. It's an industry that is more important than ever as we have to help PR and comms pros demonstrate actual value. So my advice is, don't worry about what can be perceived as complex. Lean in, learn, network, share, engage with the opportunities that organisations like AMEC do. The wonderful people around this room and around the world tonight are all very generous with their knowledge. We are the credible, single, calm voice of what meaningful evaluation looks like. We stand for best practice, for education. The PR and comms industry looks to us, and I have no doubt that this will continue. And massive thanks, as always, to John Abert, our Global Managing Director, who works all hours of the day, never seems to sleep, to make sure that AMEC is represented on different time zones, and energy and drive are keeping this association going. And thank you as well, of course, to Yassine, a dear friend and current chair. Nothing is possible without the teamwork, and thank you to all of you for everything that you've done to help. Thinking of my AMEC journey, obviously there are people that I have to thank. There's no way I could have spent the amount of time that I've done with AMEC and professionally without the support and the love from my family. So to Marion, who's here tonight, my wife, thank you for putting up with my short notice disappearing acts when I have to whiz off to conferences or go up into the office upstairs and get my head down into stuff and not be there to help and support. But the family as much as I would. There's no way I could have done my career without your support. So thank you for that. My little man, Thomas, my little 7-year-old budding footballer, I'm sorry, pal, that we haven't played as much football as you'd like. Paul Hender, who I've worked with for pretty much the entirety of my career, and Jason Weeks, who I've worked with almost as long. Thank you guys for being with me and everything that you guys have done. Mazen Nahawi, Mazen, thank you for having me at Karma and the support that Karma's given to AMEC in both financially and in allowing me to spend time. Barry Leggiter, dear friend, a colossus of both the PR and comms industry, but also of the measurement and evaluation sector. Your leadership in those early years, your vision transformed AMEC from a small UK-based media analysis organisation into the Global Comms Evaluation Association that it is today. And of course to the board that's given their time, given their resources, both in terms of financial and people's time and support to the association. The association is nothing without any of you, so thank you to the volunteers and of course to the new chairman, Asim, a friend of mine and someone who I know the association's in very safe hands. We're buzzing with ideas and energy.